bacon collar shirt today. Anyways, welcome to my channel. My name is Cass and my channel name is Cassie B. So I wanted to give you guys a little update today. If you saw my last video, I put together my own garden soil and then I planted Regina iris into a large whiskey barrel, which is sold at Lowe's for planting plants into. And it was the largest size available at Lowe's. It is shorter than the other large container pots, but it's also half the price. And they also make great pond containers if that's something that interests you. I have one currently set up as a little pond container, and it's home to water hyacinth and duckweed. This past weekend, I went to my local nursery and they had some plants on sale. I have been looking for like a tall focal piece to go in the background behind the Dracaena that I planted earlier. And I'll show you a clip of the Dracaena. I've also planted some canna lilies in the garden bed on the side of my house. I tried fern in that spot, but I think it ended up being a Boston fern, which does not like to have sun. So it kind of migrated away from that spot. So I'm just starting over, and I added the Dracaena, the canna lilies, and then I got the iris that was on sale. It was a great deal. It is a large plant that really spreads out, and it has a lot of little yellow flowers. So I planted two. I've had a problem in like the right side of this garden bed. I've run into roots when I'm digging the holes or pipes. So this weekend I ran into like a white pipe. I think it was probably set up for irrigation at some point, but currently we don't have any sprinkler system set up. And I guess maybe at one point there was a sprinkler system, but it has since been covered up. So we didn't even know there was one when we bought the house. But anyways, here's the garden bed, and here's just what it looks like now after adding the iris. Originally, I was going to probably do, what is it called? Florica, a plant called Florica, which can withstand, I guess, part sun to full sun conditions. Maybe not full sun, maybe more part sun. But it wasn't available at the time that I was doing the planter. I would like the Exotica one if I do end up planting it. These could be an option for a background. So that's a little garden update. And I went to the nursery specifically, I don't know why I went. I just decided to get some plants and see what was available. I brought home a honeysuckle. It is the prettiest honeysuckle plant that I've ever seen. So I think I saw like 2 different varieties at the nursery, and I brought home this one. I would like to put that next to the shed. It's an area that receives full sun, and these flowering vines love full sun. So I originally wanted to go with passion flower, but it's not available this season. It might be available in the next coming months. So I might reserve a spot for one of those passion flowers and maybe just do a honeysuckle on either side with the passion flower in the middle. But I'm going to need a raised bed for that spot before I can plant this. So I kind of got the cart before the horse in buying the plants without having the area ready for planting. And then behind me here, shortly after doing the video where we raked up all of the oak leaves, and I shared how we do that here, how I clean up under my oak trees. After I did that video, my oak tree behind me fell down. That was unfortunate, and for me that was heartbreaking, because I have this lovely group of oak trees, like that's like a focal point of our pond. I'm not saying it like was never gonna happen, but it happened sooner than I wanted it to. It still looks nice. We're just kind of missing the branch that goes back here, but it's okay. Our view is still wonderful, and we've disposed of the tree. We cut it up, and it just created a little more work for us this year, cleaning up the yard. But the one nice thing about the tree falling is we did want to remove the fence. So there is a section of fencing that we wanted to take down. So it did accelerate that project. Kind of had to take it down so we could haul the tree out of there. And now with the fence down, it's a lot easier. We have access now and we can mow. I decided I would maybe do planters on either side of the fence. So I got 2 plants to put on either side of that opening. So this week's project for me is going to be adding those containers and getting those plants planted. So I'm gonna have to get more garden soil and get to work on those containers. And it's a busy week for me because my oldest son is graduating or moving on from his elementary school. He's in 6th grade and he'll be going to a new school next year. For whatever reason in our area, it's K through 6, and then 7th and 8th is at the middle school. And then from there, it's high school, 9th through 12. We have a big 6th grade field trip where we're going to SeaWorld and I'm chaperoning, and that is on Wednesday. So I really just have today and tomorrow to get this project done. So come with me, let's go to Lowe's and get the containers and the soil for this project. Now I remember why I went to the nursery this weekend. I was looking for this plant and they didn't have any. I was thinking about planting these in that area. I still don't know if I want to plant them. These could be the plant I put out front because they always look great when I see them around town and they're in full sun and they look really good. Mine don't look so great because I didn't have them in the best spot. I really like this guy. I'm thinking this could be a better option for that planter, which I'm treating as part sun. So this is a Hope philodendron. It gets 3.5 by 3.5 foot wide, and it's the perfect size for the spot I have left. It wants 3 to 6 hours. We are on the pricey side. And I don't see another one that looks like this plant. I might have to wait on this guy and just get the containers today. I think I'm going to go with a small. I think the one I have is that size, so I'm gonna go with the one that's smaller. Alright, I am back from the garden center and I just set out the containers. Tomorrow I will get around to planting them. But I just wanted to share that I had such a great time at the garden center talking with employees. And then a gentleman was there, he was very helpful. We just kind of had fun chatting. We talked about containers and soils. And he said that the best soil he ever used was dirt from Pennsylvania. We have either clay or sand and we have to amend it. We did mosey on back to the topsoil area and I pointed out that, hey, this topsoil was more kind of mulch than dirt. And he was surprised by that because in the past he's used it and it was just dirt. If you saw my video where I mixed my own soil together, the black cow and the topsoil pretty much looked identical, with the exception that the black cow and compost was a little bit darker of a color. but I couldn't tell a difference between the two of them really. So that's why today I just went ahead and opted for the black cow and compost. I did look for the mushroom compost, but they didn't have it available today. I could have done free curbside pickup, but then I would have had to go back tomorrow and get it. And today was my errand day, so I just grabbed what was available. But you can get it, you just have to plan ahead for it. Well, anyways, that is all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please take care, guys, and happy gardening. See you next time. Bye.